A girl over there has a fat butt. I wish I had a butt like that. Like, does anybody else ever get that random feeling when they're driving, like, wow, I'm really just this single tiny human being operating this giant machine that could just malfunction at any given moment? Like, I'm putting all my trust into this piece of technology to keep me safe. Well, what if it doesn't? Or so I have about an hour and a half until I gotta get my youngest son out of school, and I also have about $40 to play around with. So I am at Marshall's today to see what I can find. I forgot to bring my grocery list with me, but that's okay because Marshall's isn't like a typical grocery store anyway. Really, I'm just going in here to kill time and to see what I can find. I'm gonna power up my GoPro. I first started off in the clearance section. I was just doing a little bit of window shopping because there is some things that I need to stock up on. And I was just kind of seeing what all's available. I love the clearance section at Marshall's. It is pretty much my first stop every time I walk into the store. And then I went over to the purses, and they had these really cute purses on clearance. This one was only $18. And this one was $10. Thought both of those were really cute. And then I headed over to this aisle. I checked out some of their appliances. I price checked a few things, but a lot of the times I can find this stuff way cheaper at places like Kohl's and Macy's if you catch them on sale, along with rebates and cash back apps, things of that nature. And then I went over to the chip aisle. They have lots of different types of chips, different flavors, varieties. I was checking out these tortilla chips because I have been craving tortillas for a while and I wasn't sure if I wanted them. I did end up getting them. As you can see here, I went back and put them in my cart. Then over on this end cap here, they have lots of different little snacks, like these, what does that say? My hand's moving so fast. Chocolate fudge brownie macaroons. And then over in this next section, this was pretty much like a keto wall. I think almost everything here was like keto friendly. And they had some cookies and little kitchen things. And then I found these I found these in the clearance section, and I almost considered getting them. They were super cute, but they felt very flimsy. As you can see here, I was debating on whether or not I wanted them, but I passed. They had some more cute Valentine's stuff, Dave, on clearance, but I came strictly for food, so I forced myself to just walk away. I do need to get kitchen mitts, oven mitts, whatever you call them. I do need to get some of those. More stuff on clearance. I love Marshall's. Some more kitchen utensils, appliances, whatever. This little section back here, they usually throw food stuff like that they clearanced out back here. I did some looking around. I didn't really find anything that I necessarily wanted or needed. But they did have some jams and marmalades, preservatives back here that I checked out, and I thought about it, but I decided I didn't want those. It was only that one was only $3. I think most of them were around the same price range, around $3. You see there they had different flavors, orange, apricot. I believe there were more. Then they had this really big bag of Himalayan pink salt, which I almost considered. I kind of wish I would have got it now that I'm making this video. Maybe I'll go back. Maybe it might still be there. I don't know. Okay, and then I came over to this side. There's lots of tea, coffee, gummy bears, jelly beans, different cookies, snacks, things of that nature. That looks like trail mix. Candy on the bottom shelf there. I see some dried fruit as well. This is the part where that was actually the manager that walked by, and she asked me if she could help me, and I told her I was just recording for my YouTube channel, and it ended up being a not big fiasco, but it ended up being a little exchange of words back and forth between her and I. These are the gummy bears that I wanted to get. I love those gummy bears. I put them back and thought it was going to be a maybe. So then after I had the the incident with the manager, I was thrown all off track, and I went back to recording the last little segment of food. Here you see they have lots of jellies, jams, seasonings, oils, spices, things of that nature. On this side, I didn't necessarily want or need any of this stuff at the prices they were asking for it. I felt like I could get them cheaper on sale or at other places. The only time I really pick up anything from places like Marshall's is if it's something that I know I can't find anywhere else. Okay, so I am leaving Marshall's and heading to Martin's because I literally only spent $2.99 inside of Marshall's. I was minding my business, just trying to record, and the manager comes up and she gets in the same aisle as me, and then she just stands there and she was acting like she was talking to somebody, and I'm like, yeah, some shit's about to go down. So she looks at me and I'm just standing there with my GoPro in my hand filming, and she's like, can I help you with? And I was like, I'm just filming for my YouTube video. She's like, huh? And I was like, I'm filming for my YouTube video. And she's like, oh, okay. So then I felt awkward as hell, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's definitely time for me to leave. But I didn't want to leave empty-handed because I didn't want her to think I was in there like plotting to rob them or something. So I ended up buying a bag of tortilla chips for $2.99, and have these really good gummy bears in, and she made me paranoid, and I forgot to get my gummy bears. So I'm upset about that. But I'm going to Martin's since I have $37 left to spare, because Marshall's really didn't have a whole lot of stuff, especially not in the price range that I wanted to pay for it. I've made it to Martin's. I am going to try to be a little more discreet with my recording this time. Hopefully I don't run into any issues. I know it won't take long for me to reach $36.99 in this store, but I'm going to go see what I can find. So in this next scene and in a couple of my other scenes, my camera is either going to be sideways or upside down, or the picture's just going to be small because I made these videos on my phone and I did not rotate them before uploading them to my computer. I thought that I would just be able to upload them to my computer and all would be well. However, when I rotated it in my computer, this is what happened. So please forgive me for the sideways, the small, and the somewhat almost upside down posts. I think I'm gonna take my tripod off of, I think I'm gonna take my GoPro off of the tripod this time, because I think this definitely makes it stand out a little bit more. I was actually gonna put it in my pocket like this and carry it around and record. I don't think Martin's will be as bad recording in here as it was in Marshall's. Marshall's is, but whatever. I have my GoPro out of the tripod. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on now, just so I don't have to solicit anyone with my beeping once I get in the store. I guess I better put my window up, huh? So I started off by opening up my calculator app so that I could keep track of how much I was spending so that I wouldn't go over budget. I also grabbed this weekly flyer that I did not look at all, not one single time. I did not know that they sold this brand milk shelf stable. I usually get it refrigerated. I thought that was pretty cool. Here I am double checking the price of this pancake mix because they did not change the tags in the store. The tags say $6.19. However, they are actually on sale for $4.50 a box. So that was $18. I also got, and then I picked up a pack of these boneless, skinless chicken thighs. They were 2.23 pounds. So as you can see here, I am up to $25.78. And I see that this store also has a limit on chicken, only 3 packs per customer, which I need to make note of. I went back to the clearance section. I was looking around. They didn't really have too much that I wanted or needed. I kind of wish I would have got a box of those cookies. I did pick up 2 of these non-stick cooking sprays that were on clearance for $104. And I also grabbed one of those loaves of bread that you saw there up at the top. Here I am adding in the price of the cooking spray, up to $27.86. The loaves of bread were 59 cents. Here I am adding in the price, trying to do it upside down, up to $28.45. I also grabbed some cheese. That was $2.79. That brought my total up to $31.24. I grabbed 4 sticks of salted butter. They were $2.19. As you can see, I'm getting pretty close to my total here. I stopped and checked out some of this other clearance bread and whatnot. I didn't get anything. I was just looking to see what they had. And then I grabbed these Reese's cups because my youngest son eats Reese's every single day of his life. He has to have Reese's at least one a day. And they get really expensive with me if I just grab them at 7-Eleven or the gas station or something every day. They tend to add up. So I grabbed a really big pack and I just hid them in my car. I saw that I thought I was left with $1.06, but I was doing my math wrong the whole time. So, but I decided that since I still had $1.06 left, that I was going to find something else to grab. I decided to grab some gummy worms. No, I lied. Gummy bears. I grabbed some gummy bears, and I also grabbed some peach rings. Why did I grab the gummy bears? Because the lady at Marshall's made me forget to get my gummy bears. I decided that I had been through enough trauma and whatnot that I also deserved peach rings as well. And as you can see here, I spent $38.93 and then I got lost in the parking lot. Finally done in Martin's. I am about to go ahead and go pick up my son from school. Before that, I am going to enjoy some of these gummy bears and my peach rings. thirsty. I have soda in my trunk. So I'm gonna get one of those out before I even pull off. But that wasn't as bad as the Marshall's trip. I didn't have anybody asking me if they can help me. These aren't as good as the ones at Marshall's, and I'm so upset. But that's okay. Just gotta make it work. Not too bad. But they're not the best either. That girl over there has a fat butt. I wish I had a butt like that. Pinkies up. When I was driving to the store, I was thinking to myself, like, does anybody else ever get that random feeling when they're driving, like, wow, I'm really just this single, tiny human being operating this giant machine that could just malfunction at any given moment? Like, I'm putting all my trust into this piece of technology to keep me safe. Well, what if it doesn't? Or, you know, you could just be driving, and then all of a sudden you're at your destination, but you don't remember the drive, even though you're the one that drove. These gummy bears kind of taste like, it's like wax. Still too early to go get my son, and it's too late for me to go back home. But by the time I get back home and even get in the door, it'll be time to turn around and leave. But if I leave from here and go straight to the school, I'll get there super early. So let me show you guys the single bag of tortilla chips that I got from Marshall's. $2.99. I wasn't even going to get them, but since old girl made it awkward, I felt like I had to leave with something, or else she was probably going to think I was trying to steal. You know how they get when people of a certain demographic be up in the stores. But the crazy thing is, she was from the same demographic as me. Like, we sisters. I'm pretty sure she was African. Maybe. But whatever. She was like, can I help you? And I was like, huh? And she was like, can I help you? And I was like, I'm just filming for my YouTube video. And she was like, huh? And I was like, I'm just filming for my YouTube channel. And she was like, okay. And then she just walked away. And I was like, okay. I haven't had peach rings until, oh my God. I don't know if it's just me. Candy does not taste the same as it did when I was a kid. Like, candy is starting to be gross. But my phone just hit 10%, so I guess I'm just gonna put on some music, finish these peach rings, and then make my way to the school to go pick up my son so that he can terrorize me for the rest of the evening. This is pretty much all that I was able to get today with my $40. I picked up a loaf of bread off the clearance rack for 59 cents. I did not necessarily need this bread, but I eat a lot of grilled cheese like it's nobody's business. This cheese was $2.79. When I went to go get some cheese, I was looking for just the plain store brand cheese, but they were literally in the middle of doing a reset of the cheese section. So all of the cheese was in disarray, and the people were there working on it, and I didn't want to be awkward and be all up in the middle, so I grabbed the cheapest sliced cheese that I could find that was accessible, and that was this. It was $2.79. I picked up 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs for $7.78. I picked up 4 of the Kodiak brand pancake and waffle mix. I got 2 buttermilk and 2 dark chocolate. These were on sale this week for $4.50 a box. Normally they are $6.19. There was also, I believe I also got like 100 points for buying 4 of these, which it equates to about 10 cents off my gallon of gas. I also found these on the clearance rack. They were $1.04. I got 2 of these. I didn't even think to check the Best By date. November of 2023. Okay, so we're good. I also picked up 4 sticks of salted butter to throw into my freezer, and this bag of tortilla chips that I got from Marshall's for $2.99. I also picked up the gummy bears, the peach rings, and the Reese's, and I don't have those here because I ate the gummy bears and I ate the peach rings, and the Reese's are hidden in my car so that my son does not try to eat the entire bag by the end of tonight. This is pretty much what $40 was able to get me today. I know it doesn't look like a lot because it's not a lot. I just spent like 20 minutes looking for a Snapchat filter, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when Snapchat first came out, they only give us like 5 filter options. But anyway, I have a crisis on my hands. So in my past 2 videos, I talked about shopping with my EBT card and how I applied for food stamps when I lost my job due to the pandemic. But there's been an increase in my income, and they didn't cut my food stamps off. So, I know technically it still equals out to be about the same, if not more, by the time you do all the math. But if you know, you know. Everybody knows that grocery shopping, it just hits a little different when it's your debit card that you're sliding as opposed to your food stamp card. But I have come up with a game plan. So in hopes of getting my life somewhat together, I have come up with my official 2022 grocery game plan. Between now and March 31st, the goal is just to stock up on as much as I can. I don't really have a budget for this. I was sitting down earlier, running numbers, rattling my brain, and I decided, you know what? It's up in the air. Just get it done. Because after March 31st, beginning April 1st, I am putting myself on a very strict $235 a month grocery budget. Maximum $35 of that will be for my personal budget, and the remaining $200 a month will go towards my kids. My grocery budget will be for filler items. Filler items would be things like bread, milk, eggs, or let's say I have a recipe that I want to try and I don't have the ingredients for that. I can use my $35 a month budget towards those items. The remaining $200 a month for my kids. So my oldest son is actually, he is tube fed. He has a feeding tube, and he has a special medical formula that is provided for him through his insurance. So I don't have to worry about buying food for him. However, my youngest son, he has extreme oral aversion, and he only eats certain things. So I get his food once a month at Target because they run a special and there's a deal on the food that he gets. I'm going to dive more into that in the future. I want to start a savings account towards my April 2023 restock. So my ultimate goal is to stock up as much as I can between now and March 31st. After March 31st, I do not want to bulk grocery shop again anymore until April of 2023. My birthday is in April. I will be 30 years old next year. So I'm thinking my gift to myself, my little gift to myself might be to like restock my kitchen. I'm going to start putting away $25 a week starting May 1st. So from May 1st of this year to April 1st of next year is 48 weeks. $25 for 48 weeks will be $1,200. Now, I have a feeling that even though I don't plan on bulk shopping for an entire year, I'm still going to have a lot of food left. So $1,200 should be plenty for me to do a complete restock on my kitchen next year. And also, I would like to work on food waste reduction. Because both of my kids have their eating issues, it's really like I'm cooking for one. And I have a bad habit of cooking like I'm cooking for a small army, and I end up wasting a lot of food. So I would like to work on cooking smaller portions, freezing some of my food if I do happen to cook big portions and I want to get into meal prepping and planning. And then starting in 2023, my ultimate goal is to work my $235 a month grocery budget down to $100 a month maximum. Hopefully, come April of 2023, things will be hopefully somewhat back to normal. I don't know. I'm feeling optimistic. But I am just going to try to stick to this and hope for the best, because I really need to work on budgeting as a whole. I really need to get better with my spending and my savings. So hopefully all goes as planned. And I actually plan on making my next video about how I save money on groceries. But I think that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. I thank you guys once again for tuning in and listening to my rambling. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.